Everyone, I'm Heather and welcome back to my channel. So we are back today with I Was a Teenage Exocolonist. The last one was full of trauma. We lost our mother and we lost a bunch of other people, including Nem's brother Com, and we also lost like pretty much every building in our colony. So I don't know what we're doing now. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so here we are. Everything has been destroyed. There are a couple things here. This is starving. Makes it difficult to do physical tasks. This one's in mourning. All skill increases reduced by 1 for 3 months, and some jobs and actions can't be performed. But this is an increase to all physical skills. So that is reduced by 1, but this is up for 1, so it kind of evens out. Alright, so from what it looks like, we are not able to exit the colony. Now let's talk to people. Dis is examining a bit of rubble, turning it over in his hands. I wonder if we're ever going to find, like, alien tech, he says. Wouldn't that be cool? Let's see. I know it's hard, Cal says, fiddling nervously with a tassel on his shirt. But I just think, what would your mom do right now? She wouldn't complain, that's for sure. Okay. Dad. It's been hard to talk to your dad about everything. Losing your mom, then losing the colony right after. It's too much to take. Neither of you know what to say. Alright. Mars crosses her arms and sulks. What is the point of having all these kudos if I can't actually use them to, like, buy stuff we need? Like, hello, it's not like I can mail order more supplies through the wormhole. Tangent frowns. I just don't understand, she says. Why now? Why does it keep getting worse? Okay, Nem is not anywhere around, so I guess the only thing we can do is go to engineering. And all we can do is mourn or rebuild at the moment. Our stress doesn't need that right now. Engineering is crammed with families and what belongings they salvage from the destroyed living quarters. You could spend time in your crowded temporary lodging in the classroom or help the adults try to fix things. Let's fix things. The first month of quiet passes, each day plodding one after the other. You still have trouble sleeping in the classroom barracks, but there's nowhere else to go. Every day you wake with the others and try to make the best of it. Grief and anger come in waves. Not just for you, but for everyone. Some days are better than others. You're assigned to help rebuild the walls. The first part of the month is spent just dragging away the wreckage, sorting it into salvage or recycling. By the time that's done, crews disassembling part of the stratospheric have delivered enough salvage that you can begin work patching up the walls. A sense of urgency permeates the crew. After everything, people need to feel safe. Dis is on the work crew with you, something he does begrudgingly. Walls didn't help the first time, he grumbles, whenever anyone asks for his opinion. We should just tear them all down and live like the animals do. If someone planted a bunch of buildings on my land, I'd be pissed too. Let's work hard. By the end of the month, you've made noticeable progress. There are other priorities and not a lot of construction materials. But when last year's mushwood harvest is done drying out, you'll be able to do more. Even if Dis is right, that this didn't help the first time, it's better than nothing. Okay, get to work. Okay, 23 is not bad. Ooh, what's this? What's that? Value is wild. Okay. So let's do 3, 3, 3, 1. I guess we'll try that. No. Okay, let's not do that. Change that. Okay, so this is not good enough. Okay, I probably have to use a mushwood log. Will any of this... Oh, no, that's unchangeable, so we don't want it on that. Okay, we finally got something. We're having some trouble, and that's the card levels. The sun's finally dawn again on your birthday. You wake early and climb to the top of engineering to watch the first sun's watery rays break the horizon as the wormhole recedes across the sky. Dawn should represent hope after a long period of darkness, but this light only reveals the full extent of the damage to the colony. You've been having trouble sleeping, like most people. It's hard to find rest, crammed into the classroom with all the other kids and their families. And every time you close your eyes, you see... You shake your head to clear the memories. You pull your blanket more tightly around your shoulders. Not your blanket, that one's gone. And stare out as the sun rises on the horizon, meager and sickly. Hey, kiddo, you hear. Then your dad comes and sits down beside you. I was looking for you. Nice view, huh? Least we got a rooftop patio out of the deal. He laughs a little at his own joke, and then just sort of trails off with a sigh afterward. He puts his arm around your shoulders, and you sit in silence for a while, watching the sunrise pick out all the broken glass littering the fields, glimmering like a field of stars. Neither of you really know what to say. It's clear your dad feels like he has to give you a pep talk, but there's an oppressive nature to the silence that makes it feel impossible for either of you to start. Eventually, he just sighs and his shoulders slump. I know things seem pretty bad right now, he says, squinting into the sunrise. It sounds like it's taking all his effort to not cry. But it'll get better. It has to, right? You're not so sure. At least your mom wasn't here to see this, he mutters. That's the silver lining, I guess. You watch the sunrise together for a few more minutes. After a bit, your dad musters up a brave smile and pulls out a little box tied with a piece of gardening twine. Happy birthday, my little rutabaga, he says. Ooh. I like that. You know what it is before you open it. Your old medallion, the one your dad made with the sun on it to represent Earth, was broken during the attack. In all the chaos, you didn't even notice, but your dad did and made you a new one. It's just like you remembered, a similar design, with a wormhole this time to represent Vertumna. You thank him and squint out of the swirling wormhole still barely visible in the brightening sky. It's so massive and awe-inspiring this time of year, but it always seems to herald disaster. You're happy to watch it fade away into the daylight. Your dad slaps you on the back. What a birthday, huh? Here's hoping they all get better from here. You both head back downstairs to the wreckage of the canteen, where they put up temporary roofing with whatever tarps and scraps could be found. The colony nanoprinters, the few that still run, have been working day and night to replace the necessities of life, but larger construction projects are going to take some time. Aunt Anne has coaxed the kitchen nanoprinters into making soy gruel and pressed bars. Life-sustaining, but depressing. You and the other colonists eat your breakfast in stony silence as you mentally prepare for the day. Governor Udicott looks more frail than you've ever seen her, but her eyes remain determined. Last week, they held a mass funeral for everyone who died. There's talk of turning the Stratospheric's destroyed front half into a memorial shrine, but everything useful has been salvaged. There's still so much to do. Okay, early quiet, mid quiet. I don't think there's much going on at the moment. I think we could probably only do the things that we can do. Nem is still not around. So all we can do is rebuild or mourn. We still have the stamina. So let's do it. You're assigned to help out in geoponics. The agriculturists have been hard at work trying to salvage what they can of the ruined fields and the destroyed greenhouses, but there's still a lot of work to be done. Your dad has taken over as chief cultivator. Succeeding your mom was already difficult for him, and now there's this. He's never been the kind of guy to hide from hard work, but he's been pretty distant lately. Cal's working in geoponics too, of course. He smiles when he sees you. Hey, Heather, there's a lot of stuff to do. What do you want to work on? I guess we probably need to repair the greenhouses. The geodesic domes, miraculous prefab modular structures your parents brought from Earth, are in shambles. Much of the glass and metal is beyond repair, destined for the recycler. You and Cal help clear away the debris, and when that's done, you help drape tarps over what's still standing so that the drifting spark snow doesn't pile up inside and affect the soil acidity. Anything that can't survive outside a climate-controlled greenhouse needs to be harvested and sent to the kitchens so that it can be preserved. Canning, jarring, dehydration, ancient techniques you learned about in school but didn't think you'd have to put into practice so soon. Everyone is worried that this will be the final nail in the coffin for your food supply after the famine last year. You try not to think about it too hard, instead focusing on just doing what you can to help rebuild. 27. Oh, we needed to put our medallion in and we didn't do that. Well, I think it's there. Let's see. So we want, let's do, Let's do this. 3, 4. No, that's not it. That's not what I want. 4. Oh, I don't like it. I don't like it at all. I don't think this will be enough. I guess we're going to have to use another mush log. Okay, that's not helpful. Why didn't that add 2? I mean, we could change that to mental and that would at least give us extra there. Let me try that. Oh no, that's not what I wanted. No, I did that wrong. No, that should have given me... Oh, it was that. That was what I needed. Okay. Well, that sucked. Let's see what we can do. Can you do that? Okay. All right. We got something. We had to use a couple items. You're eating in the mess tents when you hear something rumbling. Your bowl and cutlery start rattling. People look around in alarm. Could it be another attack? So soon? You begin to hear shouting from outside. Someone runs into the tent. There's something falling from the sky, they shout. It's on fire. You join the crowd of people leaving your temporary structures to gather in the colony square. People are squinting up into the milky quiet sunlight, pointing and gesturing wildly. It's impossible to miss the thing hurtling towards you from space, like a great big ball of fire coming straight for you. Is this it? Is this the end? After all you've been through, a meteor's going to land in the middle of your already ruined colony and kill you all? Mars grabs your shoulder. "It's another ship," she exclaims. Look, it's another spaceship from Earth." Excitement ripples through the crowd. Could it be? You stare up, unbelieving, at the rapidly approaching spaceship. The flames of its entry into the atmosphere dissipate, but a thick column of greasy black smoke trails behind it. Soon you can hear the whistle of it ripping through the atmosphere at terminal velocity. It's coming right at us! It's an enormous ship coming at you way too fast. The ship's reverse thrusters fire, trying to slow it down so it doesn't smash into a billion pieces when it hits the planet. Everyone scatters to take cover. You crouch behind some rocks, throw your arms over your head, and squeeze your eyes shut. You hear the massive spaceship touch down in geoponics, plowing through the fields and grinding over what was left of the greenhouses. You're thrown to the ground from the force of the impact as shrapnel and small rocks zing past your head. It grinds along like some roaring monster, cutting a great scar through the colony and kicking up an enormous cloud of dust. Finally, the ship comes to a creaking, shuddering halt. You and the other colonists carefully crawl out from your hiding places, coughing and rubbing your eyes. The new ship is half buried and obscured by dust, but you can tell it's from Earth. You squint to make out stenciled letters. Heliopause. A hatch opens in its side and silhouettes begin to emerge. Silhouettes with guns. Soldiers march out of the dust and quickly surround all the remaining colonists. More soldiers form two parallel lines from the ship to the square, their guns in parade rest, and a lone figure strides down the center towards you. "Greetings, fugitives of Earth," the man says, spreading his hands wide. A dismayed murmur ripples through the crowd. The adults exchange significant looks. Chief Engineer Instance tries to slip out of the crowd, but she's stopped by the line of soldiers. The man smiles. He has a broad, easygoing smile that doesn't match the threatening aura of the soldiers, nor the smoking ruin of the ship behind him. "I'm Commander Lum," he says proudly. "As captain of the Heliopause, I have come to render aid and bring you to justice." I kind of want to know what's happening. Udicott steps forward out of the crowd. "You're not the commander of the Heliopause," she says firmly. "Where is the person I was speaking to? Commander Morikawa." Everyone is surprised. Udicott has been in communication with the ship? For how long? "I am captain of the Heliopause," Lum repeats, stubbornly, then adds, "according to the chain of command, we, sustained significant loss of personnel when we went through the wormhole." You can't help but notice many of the soldiers exchange looks this time. You wonder how many people had to die before Lum became commander. As the commanding officer, Lum continues, "I declare this colony to be under our protection. As such, you are all now subject to the laws of Earth." "To be quite blunt, young man, it appears you need us as much as we need you," Udicott replies primly. "The Vertumnan colony, such as it is, offers our hospitality to our guests from Earth." Lum opens his mouth, but Udicott cuts him off. Now, there's no need for this posturing. Whatever the purpose of your mission here, you'll soon learn that on this side of the wormhole, we are all human. Right now, we need each other more than we need mandates from Earth." Udicott turns to the assembled colonists. "Effective immediately, I will be stepping down as governor and turning leadership of the council to Lum, of the Heliopause," she says. She smiles genially at him. "I hope that will satisfy your craving for justice, at least while we get our feet under us. Judging from the number of guns on display, you don't think you have a choice in this." No one knows how to react. A new governor from Earth? Nearly 100 new colonists, most of them trained soldiers? What does this mean for the colony? The crowd disperses slowly, and the council members follow Lum back to the Heliopause, presumably to talk about the future of the colony. You hope. You track down your friends. "So what do you think about these new people?" Mars asks. They're just going to boss us around." Tangent nods. "They don't live here. They don't know what it's like. And they're just going to swoop in and act like they're better than us?" She hugs her arms around herself. "Did you see what they were doing to Instance?" The entire colony, now twice as many of you, sets to work on salvaging the wreckage of the heliopause, tearing it down and combining it with the stratospheric's remaining engine section. Spirits are high, though these new colonists from the heliopause aren't like any people you've ever met before. With their uniforms and weapons, they're more like an invading force than a rescue. You aren't sure what this means for the colony, or for your future. Mid-quiet. Okay, late quiet, we are 15 years old now. As the dust settles, you rebuild your colony around this new ship, the heliopause. The new arrivals, soldiers mainly, are aloof at first. Many see you as fugitives. Together you build new walls, living quarters, greenhouses, and a massive bunkered garrison. The Stratos engineering wing is the only remainder of your old colony. The heliopause brought enough rations for another 5 years, as well as a rich seed bank and working hydroponics. Finally, an end to the slow starvation you felt for years. They also have more guns and explosives than you've ever seen in your life. Even the ship has guns. A full stomach, a roof over your heads, and the promise of safety convinces most stratocolonists to accept the Helios. In turn, the Helios decide that you criminals pose little threat. A grudging peace is brokered between the two groups. You decide they aren't so different, really. There are even Helio children born among the stars just like you. After a month of hard work, you and your dad move into your new quarters, and you have your own bedroom for the first time in your life. You place a picture of your mother on the shelves beside your bed. You step out onto your very own balcony to watch the new colony, its grounds bustling with so many strangers and strange new ideas. You feel something rising in your chest that you haven't felt in some time. Hope. Excitement. What will the new day bring? You better get out there and find out. Let's cautiously step outside. Alright. Ooh, it's all gonna look different now. I wonder if I can still go outside the colony, because I'd like to. Tange. This is a new thing. More mush logs, that's good. I want to look and get... Let's look at collectibles, not gear. Okay, that's the Sun Medallion too. Yeah, I need that. I think this is fine right now. Is that someone new? Yes, a couple new, like, kids. New kids, okay. I'm gonna look for a few more things. There's Dad. We'll see if we can pick up some more stuff. Okay, that was a lot. We didn't progress as far as, like, time very much, but we got a whole bunch of story going on. And a whole bunch of new people to talk to. So, because there are several new people to talk to, I'm going to go ahead and end this episode here. And in the next one, we will start talking to all the new people and seeing what new stuff we can do. But yeah, that's going to be everything for this time. And I will see you guys next time. Bye.